What's up, guys? Uh, Welcome back. I'm glad to finally see you guys again. It's been a long day. A lot of shit's been happening that I don't really want to talk about. Thanks for tuning in and viewing my vids. And yeah, for any of you who just now tuned into this show for the first time ever, I want to reintroduce myself just for you, my friend. My name is Calvin Life, and at this moment, I would like to thank you for welcoming me back into your home, or I want to welcome you into mine. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about kings. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because there's many kings. So, like, not all kings are the same and ruling and shit like that, but a lot of them they did exist and they actually still do. You know, some kings are legendary, some kings aren't. But the one king that actually came to mind as far as legendary kings, in my opinion, was Alexander the Great. He actually was the one who gave Rome its power, and he like advanced it two times, like, forward. He wanted the vision for Alexander was power and smartness. You had to have bronze and you had to have brains. The thing with Alexander is he used his mind most of the time over muscle, which made him a battlefield genius. And at the same time, Alexander was like so fucking awesome in so many ways. A hit with the ladies. The guy was legendary. My second was King David. He was actually so much awesome of a king, and you know you're awesome as a king when you know that you're actually having an entire religion built off under you. I mean, Jewish people still believe in God, but their symbol is the Star of David, who was a king in history. He was Jewish, I believe. I think he was the king of Israel. I'm not really sure, but yeah, he was so legendary of a king that he actually had a religion named after you. And like I said, you know you're an awesome ass king when you know that when you are literally have an entire religion built off of what you've done under God, of course, if he even exists. But hey, it is what it is. Uh, Another one that comes to mind automatically off the bat is what is his name? I think it's Andre or Andrew. No, it's not Alexander. It's I think it's Andrew the Conqueror, something like that. He was more of a warsman than a king. He became a king after he was fighting in wars and stuff that he led. But for the most part, he was more in the battlefield than he was actually sitting on the throne. Now, this guy was more on ruthless aggression than ruling his kingdom. He would rather fight for it than rule it. And I think that makes him one of the most vicious kings of all time. Because he would kill you. He wouldn't just say that he's sending his army to kill you. No, he wanted to go out there and have his men kill your soldiers and then literally physically go after you himself. Which at the same time, I think it makes him a very a very legendary king in that manner. Like, a king is scary as, like, let's say you're a king yourself and you hear about this guy, you better tuck your tail and start running, because for most of the time, if he says he's going to kill you, he's probably going to come and kill you himself. I mean, take his army with him and march into your house and slice your fucking head off. I mean, this guy didn't play no games. He was called the Conqueror for a reason. He had to have been. And that was exactly the reason why, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and last but not least, a king that came to mind really was Mohammed something. I think that was his name. He was the one who made up the eye for an eye law, and he was known for that. He didn't fight in many wars, but he did make that one law up that people still remember to this very day, which is basically a law saying you steal, you get your hands chopped off. You rape a woman, then as a male, because I guess not many women rape men, of course, and not even today, or at least not many children got raped by women. It was mostly men doing a lot of the raping. So he would say that you rape, you get your dick chopped off. You speak out of tone to the king or anybody who of his higher subjects, you get your tongue chopped off. You could barely even like look for certain stuff, or you get your eyes gouged out. It's like it's his whole law based thing made people like so scared to do something bad. It wasn't even funny. You step on that raw, if you step on that pavement that is like, I guess, holy under the subjects of whatever God they believe in, you get your leg chopped off or your foot chopped off. I mean, this guy alone was one of like the meanest kings, because like, come on, like that law was really bizarre. I mean, but it makes sense, you know. You want to live out life under the law, or you'll have something taken from you in a rebuttal for your crimes. And that alone would have made me want to never do anything bad. But of course, this is America. We're always free, and a lot of the laws that we have usually don't go by other countries' laws. For example, in other countries, in most countries, women don't have any power. It's mostly in America, and only a few countries other than America that actually have women that can do whatever the hell they want. In some countries, like for instance, I think it's what do you call it? Saudi Arabia, they actually have a system where women technically don't even have rights. Like, if you get married, you have to be married or in a family, something like that. I mean, you can leave the country, I believe, but you have to be married. You have to have like shit like that, and you don't get to make your own choices as a woman or a child, or a girl child especially, because you're a child and you're a girl. So for the most part, you have to be with a man at all times in order to leave your house. The man basically made the rules and stuff inside the house, and outside that's how it was. You had to be with a male at all times. As a little girl, you had to be with your brother or your father. As the wife, you had to be with your son or your husband. That's basically how it went. You couldn't do whatever you want in that country, especially if you were married. But still, I don't get it though, because I'm like a feminist, which means that I think that women should have just as much rights as men should. But at the same time, it's wrong. It's really wrong to have like rules against women like that. And don't get me wrong, feminist isn't gay. A feminist, for anybody who's stupid and doesn't realize it, a feminist is a person who believes that rights that have gone for men for many years should apply to women as well, which means that women can have jobs, women can vote, women can do anything that a man can as far as legal rights in America and any other country. That's what a feminist is, dumbasses who thinks that it's gay. But with all that being said, I got off topic, but it doesn't matter. At least I'm ending off this video with saying something logical and awesome. Make sure you like this video, comment on what you thought about it down below in the comment section. Leave your Q&As for my next Q&A video, which will be coming out not too long from now. Don't worry, I know what you've been waiting, but it'll come out soon. And subscribe to this channel when you get the chance. If you decide not to, well, hey, I'm still cool with you. You probably had a good reason to. And remember, always, ladies and gentlemen, what do I always tell you? It's all about life. See you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.